My name is Kezia. I want to be a medical doctor in future. Oyaure uru. Welcome to Muhuru Bay.
That is Esther's spot. Is Madeline Albright your sister, your cousin? Are you related to her? Is she in your family? Madeline? What?
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Teacher, we used to be given to schools, but these days they are not there. They are not there. Have you ever seen them? No. But this is a lot during when the pupils are doing games. They can be hurt, running to those hospitals. But because we have this to the nearest our reach, we shall do anything possible.
And that holds it so there's no drips or leaks to keep your legs clean. For when you're sitting in class and you're doing math and you're doing math and you're doing math and you can't do math.
Thank you, Janssens and Janssens.
In addition to meeting the educational needs of secondary students here in Muhuru, we also hope to conduct community outreach programs to meet the needs of younger youth in the area. As part of this mission, we would like to start a research trial to conduct a prevention research program to prevent HIV among younger youth here in Muhuru Bay. The goal of this project is to take best practices from HIV prevention science and adapt those to the specific needs of this community. The first step in this process will be to conduct qualitative and quantitative needs assessment to really examine the individual, family, and community level factors that are causing HIV to be such a problem in this community. The second step would be to train local community members in best practice intervention strategies. This will allow us to compare intervention strategies across schools in Muhuru Bay to determine what will work best in this setting. We hope as a result of this project we will have a sustainable, community-based HIV prevention program for use here in Muhuru Bay, as well as an intervention program that can be adapted to other rural African communities that are currently underserved.
Come early, get the
developing world. So what my colleagues from Asia, my colleagues from Africa, my colleagues from the United States have all banded together to try and provide for the girls, first the sanitary pads so that they're better able to stay in the classroom, but now we're moving towards trying to help with clean drinking water. We're very focused on preventative health, and we see these two cornerstones, clean drinking water, not just for the girls, but for the community, pads, some basic medicines. Standing right now on the far western side of the Weiser land, it's a triangular shed of land going up that way. To the north behind me is Lake Victoria, it's 750 meters away. We're going to have a pipeline that goes from the lake, starting with a filter to remove sediment, a solar-powered pump with a gatehouse down by the lake, the pipeline coming up to the center of this compound, which will have a water tower. There'll be actually a subterranean reservoir and a second pump that pumps the water up from the reservoir through a chlorination tank to basically sterilize the water, chlorinate it so that it's potable right out of the tap, up into a water tower that will then be gravity fed to the multiple sites on the compound that will have access to clean water. We anticipate, and we've put in the capacity to bring up enough water to provide not only the drinking capacity of the 100 or so, 125 students, as well as all the teachers and staff at the school, but as well as their washing, so they don't have to use Lake Victoria water, which, as we all know, is filled with schistosomes and other protozoans that are parasitic. So they have clean drinking water, clean washing water, and also in the spirit of Weiser, working with the community, the 200 neighboring houses will be able to have access through a community tap as well. We've already started to speak with the community about, beyond supplying their drinking water needs, perhaps providing small irrigation as a type of microfinance project. So there are crops that cannot be grown this far from the lake. Tomatoes are a simple crop, avocados are slightly a longer, lengthier crop of growing the avocado trees, but both of those are very high, have high market prices. And the communities up here simply cannot grow them because it's too laborious to go down and back and forth to the water. And since it's the women who do majority of the subsistence farming here, it's another way to give women a product where they can get into the cash economy. So number one goals, clean drinking water, clean washing water, providing drinking water to the community, and then if we believe we have the capacity through our piping system and our plumbing system to start looking into these microfinance irrigation projects. So the water system, as I said, comes into an underground reservoir, goes up through the water tank, and then is piped out to the various sites that have water on campus, this is going to be the first community in the area that has indoor toilets with very low water use flush systems. As Carrie has seen traveling around with the lack of sanitation, there are many fecal oral transmitted diseases in this area, so they'll be the first flush water system. How do we deal with that? We are far enough from the lake so we don't have to worry about leach field. But throughout, there will be a subterranean leach field that will also separate out solid waste from liquid waste. Solid waste will be composted and the liquid waste will percolate through, and we have had engineers certify that we're far enough that we don't have to worry about contaminating the aquifers. There are also no boreholes in the area or any wells that we need to have to worry about. And again, we are distance enough from the lake that we have been approved by all boards that this is not going to be an environmental problem. As I say, we're standing on the far western land. The lake, as you see, the beautiful lake is behind us, and then our land extends that way, all the way out to our neighbors who are actually the family who sold us the land.
And wiser, if you know that you know, grow wiser, above that pillow, be wiser, and see where you can go, live wiser, live wiser.
I feel like such a tourist, oh my god.